Today is all about South Worcestershire Hate Incident Partnership and the North Worcestershire Hate Incident Partnership coming together to put on a conference all about learning disability hate crime. We know that it's one of the biggest types of hate crime that's really underreported, and we want to change that by making people who witness it report it and know how to report it, and those people it happens to, so that they know and have the confidence to report it and know where to go to.
Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Ken Hazeldine. I'm chair of the North Worcestershire Hate Incident Partnership. My role today is to be your master of ceremonies and sort of talk you through each event as and when we get there.
Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, I'd like to give you a big welcome to Hindlip. It's a wonderful venue. In 1314, there were 44,480 hate crimes reported. And in fact, to put that in real terms, that's 1% of the national crime figures. What we have got to do in West Mercia is make sure that everyone has the confidence to come and report it. So I'd like to declare this conference open. I hope you have a good day, and you'll certainly, as far as I'm concerned, there'll always be my support and the support of the PCC's office going forward. So thank you.
Many people say, why do we need a hate crimes week? And I think we need that week because it's not in the consciousness of everybody in the country. It's not the consciousness of people around the general public. So it needs that focus and that attention to really raise the attention to make sure that we try and rid hate crime.
We've been working with the West Mercia Police in Worcestershire Safe Partnership Board teams to set up some short-term safe places. 12 months we've been funded by the Police and Crime Commissioners to set up safe places, and yeah, it's been good fun. It's been hard work, but yeah, awesome. There are safe places schemes in Royal Forest, Worcester, Redditch and Malvern. Bromsgrove, Pershore and Evesham will follow shortly. There are over 90 businesses and shops signed up to the scheme. The Safe Places scheme gives people confidence to get out into their community and feel safe and secure.
Here he is. There you go. May I just say I love those shoes. Very unusual.
They're special to help my daughter walk.
That was a bit funny. Yes, I know it was.
Are you going to buy anything or not? This is not a day centre, you know. You want to? Well, go and sweat for it, Fido.
No!
It's just turn to the people around you and spend about 30 seconds, a minute, just having a chat about what you've just seen, what you thought about it, and what you think is going to happen next in the story. Off you go. And that's it. And right, raise them up really proud, you know. We've got, okay, which ones do you want? We've got some red ones floating in the air, we've got some green ones. And Andrew's going to be played by an actor. And he's been experiencing disability hate crime all of his life, and we want you to help him a little bit. Thank you.
Sometimes too the hot eye of heaven shines.
Shut up! What's that Mong, isn't it, that lives down the end of our street? Right, you! Why don't you just... Why don't you crawl back under the stone that you came from? Come on, we'll walk!
You do realise what they've just done? That's a hate crime. Well, I don't want to go to court or lose my friends. So, isn't it just better to stay out the way and ignore it?
If you report this, it stops it happening to someone else.
So,
You break the chain reaction.
So, Andrew, Are you ready? Are you going to report it or not? Let's give them some hand audience. Let's cheer some out. Come on, Andrew. What are you going to do? Is he going to report it? What are you going to do? Think all well. Report it!
Who's case officer, right? They're there to help you, and they'll be there as a friendly, not scare officer, care officer.
I hereby charge you, the defendant, the one who committed the hate crime, with a custodial sentence of 3 months.
Go on then.
Thank you so much. It's all about a change in attitude. I know that I have a voice, and I can change things if I want.
Yeah, report it. And give yourselves a big clap. Thanks for joining
No one laughed. Yeah, there's no second
Unreported. What do we think of that?
Yeah, I said someone speaking over.
And the first thing I just wanted to say to everybody who's been involved in today is what a fantastic day. From the people who've organised it, got the room ready, to getting lunch, to cups of tea and coffee and that sort of thing, to everybody, I've had a really good day and I hope everybody else in the room has. If you've got anything you want to ask about the way the police deal with hate crime, what we do when one is reported to us, or anything else that you haven't picked up during the performance this afternoon and this morning, then please fire questions to me either now or during it, and or if not afterwards, then get in touch with me and I'll answer those questions. But we want hate crime, the reporting of it, to go up. So if as a result of this, in the next week, I get some statistics through that says, do you know what, we've had a 50% increase in hate crime reporting, I'm not actually going to be worried. What I'm going to be worried is the fact that 2 weeks ago, we didn't know what was going on, because I know, as you've had in the packs, that 90% of hate crime is not reported. You can't abuse somebody, you can't have a go at somebody for who they are. And that's something I've picked up today, that's how unique hate crime is, and that's why sometimes it's really important for the police to go the extra mile to make sure that we get that message to all our officers, so when you come to us and say, I've been a victim of a hate crime, we know how important that is. Thank you to everybody for today. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. Just like to say, if we can give a round of applause to everyone who's been involved.
Thank you for listening, watching, applauding, and I hope that you have got something from the day. On a personal note, I would like to thank the staff teams that have made today happen. I'm not going to mention individual names, really, because I mean, there are far too many of them. No, it sounds like hundreds. There's about half a dozen people in total that have made today happen. And that's the community safety teams from Redditch Bromsgrove, Wyre Forest, the diversity team from the police service, and the hate incident partnerships for South Worcestershire and my own in North Worcestershire. Together, we have made it happen today, and I'm fairly certain that about this time next year, we'll be making it happening again. But thank you, safe journey home to wherever you're going to.
Like, hate crime is definitely an issue, you know, like on the stuff that's on the news recently, there's no doubt, of course, it is, but I myself have been quite fortunate in the sense that I haven't really experienced hate crime at all, because I think I've just surrounded myself with the right people, and kind of, you know, I'd much prefer people to kind of come up to me and say, you know, if like to ask me about a disability.
Well, when I was at mainstream school, I used to find it really hard to concentrate in class because I had a disability, and I found it hard work to sort of just be part of the group and stuff.
You got to, you know, you feel hurt and you want to go out, and some days you stay at home all the time.
They just take the mick. I don't understand you, and it's not nice, and you just feel lonely. And some people are not understanding, and some others are.
They just sort of picked on me and be nasty to me, and my way of sort of solving the problem was getting up and going into the class where my two brothers were at the time.
It made me feel hurt inside, and you feel you don't want to go out sometimes. And I've been staying in the house all weekend. When the weekend comes, yeah, stay at home and do the washing, or yeah. And it does get me out. It makes me cry a lot sometimes. It does.
It makes me angry. It makes me really, really angry that people can treat other people in that way and make somebody cry and make somebody so sad that they can't leave their home. And what we're doing is a tiny little bit, and it's almost just scratching the surface, but unless we scratch the surface, nobody else is going to go any deeper into it to get anybody to do anything about it. But it makes me really, really angry and sad.
There was things like mentioned this morning that I wasn't even aware of myself. So, and I'm thinking if that was like put in a more kind of mainstream mode of publicity, then I think it would be an improvement, and then from that other things can come from it as well.
So we've got various projects that help people who are a little bit vulnerable, who might suffer from hate crime. So we've got safe place schemes running across the whole of Worcestershire now, being set up this year and into next year. We have awareness campaigns like the Hate Crime Awareness Week, like this conference is part of. We continually tweet and use Facebook, social media to raise awareness, to tell people that this is wrong and what they can do about it.
Since Safe Places has been launched, I think it's a really good thing because it gives people that chance to talk about feeling vulnerable and feeling a bit frightened to say things to their parents or their carers. And I think it's a really good idea.
Everybody in life, no matter who you are, you do need help. So you could be old, young, learning difficulties, and it's just not on.
We're never doing enough, and there's always more that can be done, but it's about changing people's attitudes. It's about the person on the bus who sees something that they feel uncomfortable about, actually doing something about that and filling it out a report and reporting it.
You're who you are for who you are. So it doesn't matter who you are, you've got a disability or whatever, you're still who you are.
If you've got a learning disability, does not mean to say that you can't talk for yourself. You might have problems talking, you might have a speech problem or be shy to talk, but that does not mean to say that you can't be asked questions.
What we do together as a wider community is kind of go some way to kind of breaking down those barriers really, and those taboos that, you know, oh, you don't talk about disability because they might be offended, when actually what it will just do is, you know, just make everything a little bit better, kind of in a really small but very significant way. And everyone's just been so responsive to new kind of, you know, different ways of thinking, and like, you know, as an actor, when kind of I'm up there and kind of bouncing off the audience, and just, yeah, it's really, really something, it's quite moving.